I will never get bored of this rocking chair. It was such a good purchase. I think it only cost me about £20 and it was the best £20 I ever spent. I actually came in here today to do my members video for the week, which will already be up by the time I post this. I think I'm going to do a video all about how this pregnancy is going and how I found out and how I told Alex and all of that fun stuff. But I just felt like it might be a nice opportunity to check in with you guys as well on my main channel and see how everybody is doing and how everybody is enjoying their start to their summer. It's only just begun whilst I'm filming this. It's about 2 days after the summer solstice. The rest of the country seems to have been having a heat wave, and we haven't in Pembrokeshire. It's been a little bit chilly and windy for the most part. We've had a few lovely, really warm days, and I feel like every time I come into my little shepherd's hut, which is basically like a greenhouse, it's so warm, I can just kind of pretend that I'm in a tropical country. Although, having said that, I feel like at the moment there's nowhere I would rather be than here. It feels so nice to just be at home at this period of my life when we're kind of waiting for the next addition to join our family. Ever since we've moved here, it feels like we've always had so many plans that haven't been here, that have been elsewhere, and so always like looming on the horizon have been long car journeys, and it has always felt as though these things have kind of been pulling us away from home and where I feel the most grounded. But recently we decided that we were going to spend the last few months of this pregnancy just being at home, which is really nice. I think we have a couple of trips but not much planned, and so at the moment we've actually just been exploring our local area and trying out different restaurants and having picnics and going to the beach and spending a lot of time just at home doing little chores like mowing the lawn and stuff like that, and being creative together, and that's just felt so grounding for me. I feel so peaceful and so grateful to be able to have this time as well with Alex. It's really nice, especially because last summer he broke his foot and a lot of other stuff was going on that meant that we didn't actually enjoy the summer at all, and both of us were quite sad. And I think this summer a lot of stuff is also going on. Some of the stuff I haven't spoken about here, I have mentioned on my members channel, but somehow we're still able to feel not too heavy and just feel very grounded and connected to home and connected to each other, and that feels really nice. Until we started spending more time here recently and decided that we wouldn't be going away so much, I was feeling a little bit anxious about the impending doom of parenthood, and I say that lightheartedly as a joke because we're very excited, but it also feels as though, or it felt as though, the time in which we had as a couple without many responsibilities, we obviously still have a house to look after and our pets, it felt like that time was running out, and that made me feel really sad because I really love being a couple with Alex. I felt really anxious that that time was coming to an end and that we only had a few months to really soak it in and enjoy it. And ever since making the effort to spend a lot more time here and just be here and not be rushing off anywhere, that anxiety has really just gone away, which has been so nice. If any of you have had children and you have any wise words on this transition into motherhood, then I would really appreciate hearing them down below. And I'd also love to know how everybody's transition into summer is going, and if you have any intentions for the summer. I always feel that summer for me is a time about not only learning to stay disciplined, which is something that I'm really bad at, but also learning to find joy whenever I can, and that I don't have to be productive first before I'm allowed to feel joy, because that's something that I felt for so many years, and I didn't realise I had this belief until recently. But I always put a lot of pressure on myself to be productive and get everything down before I was allowed to have fun, but because I wasn't very good at being disciplined and staying productive always, that meant I just didn't allow myself to have fun very often, and I would just beat myself up about it and feel guilty all the time that I wasn't being productive but also wasn't having a nice time. So it was such a double-edged sword. And these days I think summer for me is more about just being grounded wherever I am and taking things slowly and understanding that growth is something that happens really slowly, and it doesn't have to happen in this really fast-paced, action-orientated kind of way. Growth can be quiet, growth can be gentle, growth can be just about allowing your nervous system to just ease into the moment, to breathe, to settle down, and to connect to yourself and to the world around you, to the people you love, the people that you are spending a lot of time with, and to the animals and nature that surround you as well. Anyway, the sun is warming up gloriously, so I'm going to film my members video now and then head out and enjoy the rest of this afternoon if it decides to stay around for long enough.